Hey, what's going on guys, Sebastian here, and in this video I'm gonna give you 3 scaling tips that you can use to scale your e-commerce campaigns using Facebook advertisement. That's my dog right there. I brought her to the parks and also decided to record this video because it's really nice, super sunny and green. But anyways, I'm gonna give you the 3 things I've used to scale my campaigns to almost 7 figures one single product, and I've been using this constantly and it always works. So I'm gonna tell you one thing, it's not something like that you magically get results, but certainly you can apply this to your own campaigns to get way better results when it comes to scaling. So the first thing I'm gonna tell you is you gotta have products that give you high profit margins, okay? Before, like in 2015 and you know, sometime back when there was less competition, you always got good cost per purchase. You know, you got consistent $3 cost per purchase, $4 cost per purchase. Nowadays it's really hard. I mean, some people get it, but it's like super particular products that get those results. But most products that are good, they don't get those cost per purchase, meaning that you need to spend more money on Facebook advertisement to generate sales, and that's just because of saturation, competition. Doesn't mean it's dead, it's just that the price have been going up lately. And if you have products that you buy for instance $10 and then you sell for $12, you can't afford to have more than a $7 cost per purchase, because if not, you're losing money. I mean, if you're buying a product for $5 and selling it for $12, and then you spend $7 on advertisement, you're breaking even. And minus the fees and the costs of the business, you lost money. So you can't afford to have a cost per purchase of $7 or more if you're buying at 5 and selling at 12. But what if you could buy at 5 and sell at 40, buy at 5, sell at 35? That's what I mean by having a higher profit margin. This allows you to spend more money on advertisement and still be profitable. So that's key, okay? So I've been doing that in the past 12 months or more. I've been looking for products that allow me to buy it very cheap and sell it more expensive. That way I can advertise, I can scale my campaigns and still generate a good profit, still generate a good return. Okay, so that's very important. Step 1, high profit margin products. Step 2, you gotta have products that generate huge engagement, right? So engagement is actually a huge factor to scale your campaigns. A lot of people forget about this, but really, like, engagement, that's, you know, key to having low costs and having good returns. So what's engagement? Pretty much a lot of people giving likes, shares and comments to your ad, you know, people that love your product. High engaging offers is what you need to scale the right way. And let me tell you some things why you need that. When you have good engagement, Facebook rewards you and gives you lower costs because they see that people on their platform are having a good time by seeing your ad. Every time they show your ad, people are like, oh man, this is amazing. So that's exactly what they want to generate in their platform. Ads that generate high engagement and that give a good feeling to the users. So when you give Facebook that, they reward you with lower costs. So it's not like they individually go in each ad and say, oh man, look at this guy, this is giving a great experience to our user. Let's give this, let's reward this guy with some lower costs. It doesn't work like that, but the system identifies that your ad has good engagement, that people are liking, that it doesn't have negative feedback, that people are giving you know, crazy faces, likes, loves, all that stuff, and it immediately gives you lower costs. And by giving you lower costs, you get more traffic, and if the product is good, that traffic is going to convert into more sales, which means that you will spend less money on advertisement and have a higher return, have a higher ROI. Okay, so that's super important. And engagement actually gives you a return on investment that's very high, because it lowers your costs, gives you more traffic, that converts and gives you more sales. Now, on the other hand, if you're doing manual bidding, when you do manual bidding, you gotta choose a bid for your ad, okay? So you can say, okay, I'm willing to pay $30 for this conversion. Okay, you're willing to spend X amount to generate a conversion. When you have a lot of engagement, you don't have to bid that high, and you can still win the auction. You can still win the auction by not bidding that high. Why? Because your engagement allows you to get that down. So people that don't have an engaging ad, they have to bid extremely high, super high, because they don't have engagement that allows them to lower it. But when you have engagement, right, you don't have to bid very high and you still win the auctions. So to win auctions, and what is an auction? Pretty much when you get an impression, right? So Facebook tells you, okay, this guy bid this amount and this guy bid the other amount. If this guy wins, he's gonna get the impression. That's what I mean by winning the auction. So there's 2 factors to winning this auction, okay? The engagement and the bid. right? If you have an ad that has a very high bid, but it doesn't have good engagement, then it might not win the auction. On the other hand, you can have an ad that it's super engaging with a lower bid, and this one is going to win the auction because of the engagement, right? So what I mean is that for scaling purposes, manual bidding and all that stuff, your engagement is going to be a huge part when it comes to those things, right? So two things at the moment: high profit margins, high engagement offers, super important. The third part of the puzzle, and what a lot of people miss on, is high budgets, right? High budgets are key to scaling. You know, you see all these strategies: $5 budgets, $3 budgets. I use them myself for testing, but it's just only to identify products that have high engagement. My goal with those low budgets is just to identify products, it's not to scale. So I don't have hundreds of ad sets at $3, I don't have hundreds of ad sets at $5. I just use those ad sets to identify winning offers and then use high budgets. You see all those people doing 30K a day, 50K a day, 100K a day. They don't have $10 ad sets. I'm telling you, I know these people, I talk with them every single day. I know people doing 50K a day, 100K a day. I speak with them on chat, on Facebook, on Skype, all that stuff. People that I use that scale this big is because they have high profit margins, they have high engaging offers, and they use high budgets. $1,000 per ad set, $500 per ad set, $2,000, $3,000 per ad set. That's per ad set, right? Now I know that if you're watching this video and you might be saying, hey, I don't have money for advertisement, how are you gonna tell me to spend this amount on per ad set? That's crazy. But when you start generating cash flow, that's possible. You don't really have to have the capital like in your bank to be able to afford this. You can just use the cash flow to scale, and that's key, guys. I'm telling you, you gotta get out of your comfort zone. It's another different topic. It's a completely parallel world. You're using high budgets and lower budgets. I know it can be scary, but you gotta embrace it. I actually had to embrace it. I was focusing on $10 budgets, $20 budgets when I was first starting out. Then I went to an event one day and I said, man, I gotta scale. I gotta you know, go at it. And I actually lost money in the beginning. I lost money, but when it actually paid off and I got it, I made a lot of money with one campaign, two campaigns. I mean, that's all I needed. Most of the money I made has been with e-commerce, for sure. The far majority of money I made has been with e-commerce, and the far majority of money I made with e-commerce have been with a couple of products that I've scaled to 7 figures, multiple 6 figures. And I did that by having high engaging offers, by having high profit margins, and by scaling high budget ad sets. That's pretty much my tips. We could go deeper into this topic. I love this topic, but I have to go to college, and I actually have an exam today, like in 30 minutes, 40 minutes, so I have to go. But that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you liked the video, and if you did like the video, be sure to like it, share, or comment below this video. I'm just gonna be sure to answer your question as soon as possible. That's pretty much it. See you in the next video.